Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing an oil change on this 2012 Infiniti G37XS. First thing we're going to do is pop the hood, and I'm going to show you the things you need to know. Okay, to pop the hood, you have your latch right here. Okay, so under the hood you have your dipstick right here, and you have your oil fill right up here. Okay, so going under the car, if you look right here, there's this flap right here with the two bolts right here. Right under here is where you'll find your oil filter. To get to your drain bolt, it is just a little farther back. You will notice that there's this opening right in here, and the drain bolt is right up in here. That's the drain bolt right there. Okay, so here are some tools you'll need. This isn't really a tool. I use this to make a funnel. I used it in one of my other videos. I'll show you why you need this. Some sockets you'll need: 10mm, a 14mm socket. 1-inch socket is optional. I'm using this because this is the one that goes to my oil filter. I just have the wrench on so I could put this on and just unscrew it with the wrench. So that's what that's for. I'm going to use an extension. I have my ratchet wrench so I could take for the smaller sockets. I have bigger socket wrench for the 1-inch socket. And if you don't have the wrench on type of oil filter, you'll probably need to use something like these pliers here. These are made for taking off oil filters, so depends what you have. Okay, using my 14mm socket, using my 14mm socket, I'm going to get under here, break the bolt right in there, break it loose, and I'm going to start draining the oil. Okay, so while the oil is almost done draining, I'm going to quickly come up top, open the oil cap to help drain a little faster. And while that's going, I'm going to start removing the cover. Okay, so using a 10mm socket, I'm going to remove the two bolts, this one right here and this one right here, to move the flap so we can have easier access to the oil filter. Okay, so using my aluminum foil, I'm going to make a funnel of sort, because if you look at it, the oil filter is right here, and if you look down, there's actually the cover is still right here, so it doesn't quite clear. So if you take it off this way, it's going to literally just dump all over this plastic, and you're going to have to end up wiping it off. So what I'm going to do is make a funnel of sorts to funnel the oil through the opening where the oil from the oil pan was draining. Okay, so I got my aluminum foil around the oil filter, and if you check it right here, I have a little nozzle end sticking out. So all that's left is now I'm going to lower the top end. I'm going to take the filter, break it loose, and I'm just going to let the oil drain. Okay, as you can see, my Forma funnel using aluminum foil is now working. I have my oil draining right off of it. So what I'm going to do is basically just wait till it slows down, then I'm going to take the oil filter off, and then I'm going to put the new oil filter on. Okay, so right here I have two oil filters. Got this big one here and this little one here. Guess which one belongs to the Infiniti? It's this one. This little one belongs to Infiniti. This is the K&N HP 1008. This one right here is an HP 104, but this is what goes onto a Honda Accord. The Honda Accord that this goes onto is a 2.4, I think, which is kind of weird because this goes to a car that has a 3.7 liter engine, and this filter is tiny when you compare them. But I don't know, that's just weird, I thought. Okay, so now that my oil is only dripping barely, I'm going to break the cover off break the seal on the oil filter, and I'm going to put some oil around the ring. Okay, so I hand tightened the bolt, the oil drain bolt, back on. I'm going to use my torque wrench, and I'm going to just torque the bolt. The specs for that are 25 foot-pounds, so it's 25 foot-pounds for the oil drain bolt. Okay, so even though I got my oil filter on, I got my oil drain bolt on, I'm going to leave the flap undone just so that once I start adding the oil, so I can check to make sure that there is no leak anywhere. So let's go up top and start adding oil. Okay, so I got my funnel in. I'm going to add about 4.5 quarts of oil without a problem, because I know 4.5 quarts will fit in here without a problem. And then I'm going to start checking the oil level. Okay, so now that I have a little bit over 4 quarts of oil in, I'm going to pull this out and we're going to check the oil levels. Okay, so I got my oil on there. You can't really make it out, but I'm right on the low mark. I'm on that first dot right there, so I'm gonna add more oil. First, I'm gonna check under the car to see what's happening. Okay, so under the car again, it is kind of dark in here. Under here, you can't really see anything, but oil filter looks good. I don't see any oil seeping out of it, and as far as I see, there's no oil dripping from the drain bolt. There's a little bit of oil here that I'm gonna have to clean up. That's from when I was draining it, but that's not too bad. As long as there's no oil dripping, which there's non-dripping right now, I'm going to add more oil. Okay, so I got all 5 quarts of oil in, and as you can see, it is a little bit less than halfway between the high and low mark. I'm gonna call that good. So all I'm gonna do is put the flap back on, and then I'm gonna show you how to reset the oil service light. Okay, so I got the car in the on position. I'm going to show you how to reset the oil. All you have to do, press the info button, scroll down you can use the down button to maintenance, click enter, or this is actually touchscreen, so you can just click on it right there. Click on engine oil, right there you have your reset distance, and it's clean. Go back, same thing goes for oil filter, reset distance, and it's clear. Basically, that's how you do the reset. And overall, that's how you do the oil change. I put in 5 quarts of oil without a problem. So I did let it drain a little bit longer than more people that have patience. I had it drain for about half an hour, maybe a little bit over. So 5 quarts of oil fit without a problem. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good one.